Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you guys smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. Right now I'm on the Miracle Man Daniel Jacobs verified Twitter account. He posted a message. I want to talk about it briefly in this video, and he's calling for a rematch with GENADY Golovkin. He's asking fans who should he fight. There's a tweet 2 hours ago, and Daniel Jacobs says, I want the Ggg rematch ASAP, but I know I must wait. And then he does the face emoji. In the meantime though, who would fans like to see as my next opponent? And then people are leaving their responses. Come to UK, shut Eubanks, Saunders, David Lemieux. These are all good fights. I mean, Danny Jacobs, to me, he proved a lot of people wrong. I really told you guys can go listen to my first look. Danny Jacobs, he gave me credit in the Boxingego brand for fair reporting. I told you guys this was a tough fight, and it was going to be a good fight. And Danny Jacobs proved that. He proved that he's mentally tough, physically tough, and I thought he had a good game plan for Golovkin. Some people, there's a lot of damage control being done because Golovkin went the distance, which is not what was supposed to happen based on the odds. If you really analyze the fight, then to go the distance with Daniel Jacobs is not that big of a deal. But based on who Golovkin was supposed to be, the fact that Jacobs had been knocked out previously by Dmitry Pirog, that's all people were talking about. Things like, oh, Dmitry Pirog knocked him out. You seen with Sergio Mora, he dropped him, yeah. But you got to really take it by a case-by-case basis, because at the end of the day, people learn, people improve. And oh wow, this is funny. As I'm saying that, I'm scrolling down. He posted this March 20. One loss does not define you. What does is how you respond. Perfect. That's wow. That's like divine intervention of what I'm just talking about right now. And speak of the devil, and I read this. And that's the thing. I think people put too much on a lot of things in boxing. Like, for example, Daniel Jacobs, he got knocked out. He was young in his career. Who knows how he was training back then? This was before he beat cancer. Shit happens. And people do the same thing. Like, let's say Saul Canelo Alvarez. He got rocked by Miguel Cotto's brother. And Miguel Cotto's brother, Jose Miguel Cotto, no shade, but he's not as good as Miguel. Miguel is the better of the two, clearly. I mean, that's why more people probably know who Miguel Cotto is. And it was a 19-year-old Canelo that got rocked by Jose Miguel Cotto. Fast forward to the future when Canelo Alvarez, after he fought Angulo and Kirkland and Floyd Mayweather, Edeslani Lara, the best names on his resume, he fought Cotto, right? Not too long ago, 2015, the end of 2015. Miguel Cotto, I thought he was trying, he was doing enough to like stay competitive, I guess you could say, but I thought Canelo was pretty much dominating him. So, you know what I mean? What are we going to bring up? The fact that Cotto's brother, when he was 19, rocked him and he fell into the ropes. You know what I mean? It doesn't, you know what I mean? What does that mean? Because again, Canelo has improved since he was 19 years old. I mean, we could do this all day. I seen Canelo when he fought. Go look back. I watch my boxing and I've always been an avid fan. But watch the Canelo versus Alfonso Gomez and tell me he's at the same level he was. He was doing the shoulder roll. He was, I guess, trying out new shit, and he was getting tagged. And I thought it was kind of a premature stoppage in the Alfonso Gomez. But this Canelo that you see right in front of you today, he's a different monster. He's learned, he's improved, he's dedicated his life. He's bigger, he's stronger. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Daniel Jacobs. Dmitry Pirog fight. Dmitry Pirog doesn't even fight anymore. And he hasn't for years. So that just goes to show you, that's a testament to how long ago that loss was. You know what I mean? Guys like Manny Pacquiao, they got knocked out more than once and then went on to do great things. Beat legends like Eric Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera and knock out Ricky Hatton, flatline him, Oscar De La Hoya. He did all that after he'd been knocked out by way lesser people than that. So I knew the Jacobs fight would be tough, and I knew Jacobs would show an immense heart. I personally had Jacobs winning. And if you guys had Golovkin winning, I don't have a problem with that. But the thing I have a problem with are the people who are not logical and they're acting like it was a blowout. It was a close fight, and Jacobs did way better than most of the media, most of the fans gave him credit for. So he says he's aware that he wants the rematch ASAP. He probably feels he can do better or pick up where he left off. But Golovkin's going to try to unify or fight against Canelo, or maybe move out of the division, according to Abel. So who should Jacobs fight in the meantime? I'm ready to see him fight anybody, because what he displayed and just the heart and stuff, you can't put a price on that. That's the type of stuff that's priceless. Like Victor Ortiz, for example, he's a good fighter. If you really boil down, like, if you look at his skills, look at his speed, he's a southpaw and stuff like that. But the biggest gripe that I have, and most people have with Victor Ortiz, is when the going gets tough, what does he do? You know what I mean? He kind of tucks his tail, does things that will possibly get him disqualified. He was rabbit punching Josecito Lopez. He leaped off his feet to headbutt Floyd. Then he got two-piece while he was trying to apologize. Like, the ref said go. You know what I mean? Protect yourself at all times. That's the biggest gripe. But we don't have to worry about that type of lack of heart or lack of will or guts or grind. I mean, Jacobs was really pumping himself up in the fight. He hit Golovkin with a two-piece. I think it was round 11. Like, pop, pop. And, you know what I mean? Rocked Golovkin's head back. And then he was just, like, screaming, like, yeah. Like, yeah, son, yeah. I like them. So, for that reason, I'm willing to see him fight anybody that's top level, David Lemieux or whoever. Saunders, Eubanks. Those are all good fights. And I can't leave this video without saying this. The Golovkin Jacobs, since it was such a good fight, I don't see why fans are so adamant about seeing Kovalev Ward 2, which was another good fight, another close fight, another fight where there's some controversy depending on who you are and what you like. You might have had Kovalev winning, you might have had Ward winning. Golovkin versus Jacobs was a similar style fight where it was a close fight and you can make an argument for this guy or you can make an argument for that guy. It was a close fight. But when it comes to Kovalev Ward, I see people like jumping out of their seats for that rematch, but people don't really seem to be putting that type of pressure. They're putting the pressure on the champion Ward, but I don't see people putting that same type of that pressure on the champion Golovkin, right? Why wouldn't people want to see this rematch? Even if you had Golovkin winning, it wasn't like it was a landslide victory, and you know what I mean, it ended his knockout streak. So I don't understand that one-sidedness when it comes to the media. It was a good fight. I think there's more money in a rematch. Anytime there's a close fight, the rematch will probably do better. Look at Floyd Mayweather versus Marcos Maidana. Maidana gave Floyd a tough fight. Some people, I don't agree with it, but some people said it was a draw and that Maidana whipped his ass and stuff. Floyd responded. He's like, okay, I'll fight him. Fought him 4 months later the same year and cleared that up. Like, told you he wasn't on my level, and he beat him even more convincingly and easier. So why is champion like Golovkin not expected to do that? I don't really understand that. But Jacob says he understands the process and the business. He wants a rematch. I'm all for it, but there's other great fights out there for him, like Eubank. I would love to see that. Eubank just fought at 168. If he said he can flex his weight and come back down to 160 for the right fight. Billy Joe Saunders. So there are fights that I want to see. David Lemieux, two guys with power. Lemieux reinvented his career after the Golovkin loss, and he's on a 3 knockdown win. 2 of them were brutal knockouts of named guys, Glenn Tapia, and obviously this year's Curtis Stevens knockout, potentially knockout of the year. Let me know what you guys think. Daniel Jacobs says he wants that get back. He wants that deuce, that part 2. Let me know who you think wins in a rematch, and if fans and the media should push for a rematch between the two. First fight, I covered it live in New York, and it was a great time. So I definitely wouldn't mind seeing the rematch. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ggg signing off. Now, you made some additions to your camp this time. Chris Algieri this go round. Virgil Hunter. Why this fight and why right now these new additions?
Well, first off, I want to take my hat off to you, brother, for not only just being neutral, but, you know, being what a reporter is supposed to be, right? Not being biased, not putting your own personal opinions in there, and just respecting the sport. So hats off to you, brother.
Appreciate that.
What was your question again?
Yeah, you made some